Famous Brands owns Steers, Wimpy, Debonairs, Mugg Bean and Tashas, and of course it's also got, no it doesn't, that's Taste, market cap of 14.9 billion rand, a PE of 21 and a dividend yield here of 1.4%.
Look, it does own a whole smoozle of other brands as well. I mean, they've just been accumulating Mexican salsa, Mythos, the Tashas you mentioned, Mugg Bean, by word of mouth. Vovatello, we could carry on.
And Kevin Hedwick, now the strategic advisor to the company, having occupied that CEO position for many, many years.
Yeah.
Do you think that that relationship is working? Do you like it when the CEO occupies the strategic advisor position?
Well, when it was a successful CEO, absolutely. And I think Kevin was definitely a very successful CEO for Famous Brands. And what's very interesting about Famous Brands is that they're really trying to push themselves outside of their comfort zone. They've always been in these franchise kind of businesses. So they buy all these franchises, they franchise it out, they do the manufacturing and logistics behind it, which is actually the bulk of what they do. So now they are expanding into that. I think they've got that forecourt partnership with Thraps. They are buying even more manufacturing capability. They bought a stake in by word of mouth. So going into the catering kind of industry. And then of course this massive UK acquisition, which is actually one of the concerns that I have with this company at the moment, because they're venturing into a country where they've not done very well in the past. And they're going into a corporate-owned store kind of scenario, where they've always just been franchised.
So let's have a look at the share price graph, and Paul, you can elaborate.
Had a nice run. Look, they got the timing of the great gourmet burger kitchen. I must get that right.
So it's GBK.
Yeah.
GBK.
They got the timing of that right because they kind of paid for it early before the pound-rand rate was in a more favorable direction for them. Look, that business was already quite established. It's got about 80 stores, and I'm not too concerned about the fact that it belongs in part to the company and less to a franchisee, because remember, the Enthovens had been involved there, the same people who own stakes in Nando's. So the idea to bring it back here means it's a potential competitor to Rockamama's. I don't know. People like that kind of burger type option and the builder burger thing.
You don't drive past the Hudson's on a Friday or Saturday afternoon or night where it's not just bursting at the seams. So this artisan kind of gourmet burger space has really exploded in South Africa. So there's cross-sell potential there. I agree.
So we will see.
Yeah, we will see. And where do we stand with Famous Brands?
We're invested here and we've made good money on it. So we got
exited our Taste position, is that right?
No, we still own that. So we'll have to see the carnage there in a little bit, and that looks a lot worse than this. This is an execution success story.
I'm thinking about how hard I tried to get you to exit Taste.
Yes,
and you would not listen to me. Exactly.
So but as far as Famous Brands is concerned, I think they've got lots of lines in the water. I think they are doing all of that well. I think the underlying manufacturing stuff, like buying that chip company and buying the cheese producer and the pork producer and all that, tomato paste, that's all going to play well. Yes, hot for me.
So should we call this hot from Paul hot?
Yes,
or not?
Even though the valuation is also a little bit toppish for me at the moment, I still think this is a high quality business, and if you're a long-term investor, I would be a confident first-time buyer.
Yeah.